Today was the reveal of the Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, and all that stuff was okay and all, but what I really wanted to focus on was literally just like, 5 seconds of the zombies teasers, because yes, we finally got some actual teasers for zombies. Unfortunately, we don't know when the actual reveal for zombies is going to be. I imagine it's going to be sometime this month, solely because I don't think they'll do it after the beta for the game, because reasons I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see when we actually get an official reveal for zombies. But as of now, we really don't have anything besides this one teaser, and this teaser, as short as it is, it has a ton of stuff inside of it, which is exactly what we're going to be breaking down now. Now, through this teaser, there are some frames that pop up just for literally a frame. That's why they're called frames, but just these images that pop up for like 1 or 2 frames, and I want to share those with you guys. But first, I just want to break down the most obvious things we saw during this little teaser. And the first thing, and probably the thing that we're all probably most grateful for, is that we heard none other than the Juggernog song playing right at the start. So I think with that, I think it's confirmed that Juggernog and the old perk system is returning in Black Ops Cold War, which, thank goodness. I mean, Black Ops 4, we can appreciate them for attempting something new, but it didn't work. So I'm glad to see we're going back to the old perk system, or at least it seems very much like it. But besides that, when we actually look at what's going on in the teaser, it is very, very interesting. And the first thing that stood out is obviously the staircase and all the graffiti and stuff on the wall. And one thing we can point is that there is an arrow, and there is also a wire going up that staircase. So I can think that it's safe to assume that these arrows that we're not only going to see here, but we're going to see in a couple other frames, is going to be pointing us towards power. Just like we've always had these arrows in Treyarch games showing us direction towards power. And I think it's just more of that. Just the arrows telling you where power is. Just the same thing over and over again, which, you know, probably also confirms that there's going to be a power system, just like we've seen in the past with the zombies. Another thing about this staircase is that it looks very similar to the Nocturne Totem staircase, which is interesting. I don't think it's actually Nocturne Totem, but I think it is very similar to it. And actually, Super Spire, shout out to him for actually sending me this image. You guys can see these side-by-side images of them compared to each other, and they do look similar. I, again, don't think it's Nocturne Totem because of things we'll see in a little bit, but you know, there is similarities there. Another thing we can notice is that it does seem like barriers that you could buy are returning, because obviously at the top of the stairs there's some barrier there, but it's not open. We're at least assuming maybe it's just blocked off. I'm not entirely sure, but again, after that we get another clip of an area of the map, and we see none other than the monkey bomb from the Aether storyline once again, which we'll be getting the storyline stuff in a little bit, but for now we do see the monkey bomb. But I guess we also have to mention, like, the most obvious thing that is standing out to most people, and that is that this man is straight looking at a nuke, or at least something, some sort of missile that looks very similar to a nuke. Something I didn't notice while I first reacted to this. I kept watching it over and over again and just kept watching it, but I didn't notice it till now. But this man is looking at a nuke or something, so that seems pretty big. Not entirely sure what it's going to really mean or do, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. After that, we get a new area of what seemingly is the new zombies map, and it's a really interesting looking area. It looks like some sort of test or something, or some scientific thing that's going on here. Not really sure what to really say besides that, because not really sure, but nothing's really happening until we look down and we see a ton of zombies, and then to the left there's an actual zombie. It's Mac's character, and it ends. Now, let's talk about this World War II vibes it's giving, and I'm not going to lie, this is freaking me out. I am actually freaking out so much by the fact that it is so dark, the zombies look similar to World War II zombies, and that it's so dark. Like, honestly, it is. I'm honestly not really sure what to think about this right now. Like, overall, there's so many exciting things we're seeing here, like the power, the barriers, the Juggernog returning, and all that stuff, but at the same time, it's freaking me out for why the zombies look similar to World War II zombies, and we have this dark vibe going on again, similar to World War II zombies. And like I said, freaking me out because I think I can speak for most people here. And World War II zombies is probably the worst zombies experience from all of Call of Duty zombies history. So why would we be trying to take things from that game mode into this game mode? Like, this has to be the zombies game to like bring everything back, and to try to get things from the zombies mode that is like the least popular of all of them, it just doesn't seem like ideal to me, or something that is maybe the best strategy. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Treyarch just does it better, or maybe this is just not exactly what it seems, and maybe it's not going to play at all. Maybe this is just for the teaser. It doesn't actually look like that. Maybe they wanted to darken everything because they don't want to show too much of the map right now. Like, there's a lot of options here for why it's so dark, but either way, you know, that's what that is. But really, that's the main things we see there. But now we got to start talking about what we saw at these few frames, and these are the things that are probably going to give us a little bit more information. And this first one you'll see on screen, it looks interesting. Now we do see two seemingly soldiers on the right, and then in the middle we see letters, which is clearly not English, and I can't confirm this, but I think it's German. But it's so hard to make out some letters that I'm just not exactly sure what they are. If you guys do know what these are, leave them down in the comments exactly what it is, what it says, and all that stuff. But overall, like, I can't really make out too much of this, but one thing I've heard float around is that these are Soviet soldiers on the right, and they're looking at some German letters. So maybe, you know, that's saying the Soviets are going to stumble upon maybe Group 935 stuff, or just there's some German experiments from World War II. Either way, we'll have to wait and see what that's all about. Maybe that's not even German, or excuse me, those aren't even Soviet soldiers. Maybe they're American, maybe they're something else entirely. We're not entirely sure, but they kind of do look like a Soviet uniform. After that, though, we start seeing some potential playable characters for this zombies mode. And I'll have the first one on screen right now. And as you see, it is a female, and I don't think this is anyone we've seen before. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, or if you guys think this looks like somebody, tell me down in the comments. But I don't think that this is someone we've ever seen before, and I think that this is quite likely going to be a playable character for the zombies game mode. I really think it is. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just going to be a character that's there, but not that important. Or maybe this is just a random image thrown there just to, you know, oh, it's creepy and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I'm kind of betting that this is a playable character that we're going to be playing as, and it's some female character we have never seen before. Now, I will touch on something in a bit, but we'll have to come back to that in a little bit, because that's all the confirmed information we can say about that. But then I also want to talk about a little bit more concerning things. But the next thing we see is another character, but this character we see here is, well, it seems very much like this is the case. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, and I'll even have it side by side in just a second. But I'm quite certain the second character you're seeing on screen right now that it flashes by is Weaver from the Black Ops campaign. I really think that's who it is, and if you guys don't believe me, I'll put his like the Weaver from, you know, actual game, like the Weaver that we've seen before, put their images side by side. It's Weaver, guys. That is Weaver, and this is interesting. Is Weaver going to be a playable character? I don't entirely know. Is it true that, I guess, what's his name's Codenames Pizza's dreams have came true, and now the zombie story is going to be like a continuation of a campaign now, or they're going to keep the campaign stories, which nobody wanted besides him, but maybe it came true for him? I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to wait and see, because this is where we can really start talking about what the heck's going on with this game in terms of story, because it seems really, really weird. Because at the start, I was like, when I first watched this, I was so sure it was going to be an Aether reboot. I thought for sure this is the Aether reboot. The reason being is because that you do hear the Juggernog song, the exact same Juggernog song, and I thought if we're going to continue the Aether storyline, we're going to continue the same, you know, perks and stuff like that. But then the other thing, and the other reason, is that we do have the exact same Monkey Bomb from the Aether storyline. But, you know, again, maybe they're just carrying that over or something like that. Maybe it's just not going to be important. But then that was all thrown out when we started seeing Weaver. Like, what is Weaver doing in this. Like, it just really threw it all out of proportion, because I was so sure that this was going to be Aether reboot, and the female character we saw earlier was so like maybe growing up Samantha in the world that she was sent to at the end of Talk to Toe, or something like that, just something along those lines. Not really that much importance, but that's what I thought was going on. But once we saw Weaver, it's really throwing it all up in the air. Like, are we seeing an entirely new story? Are we seeing maybe some weird continuation of the Aether storyline, except it combines itself with the Black Ops storyline? Or what's going on here? Now, I'm not sure. One thing I find weird is that Treyarch aren't actually working on this game's campaign, so it would be weird to me that they would integrate the campaign story with zombies, because if they're working on zombies and Raven's working on campaign, why would they want to integrate? It doesn't make too much sense to me, but who knows? We'll have to see how this all works out. But currently, right now, I'm not really too sure what to make of it in terms of storyline, and I'm kind of worried about the World War II vibes, but at the same time, I'm thinking that maybe the World War II vibes aren't that big of a deal, because maybe they're just trying to, like I said, just trying to not reveal too much of the map right now. I'm not entirely sure. So I'd love to hear all of you guys' thoughts and opinions on this down in the comments. What are you guys thinking? What kind of vibes are you getting? You guys getting good vibes, bad vibes? What are you feeling about this zombies teaser? Because as short as it was, there was a lot to talk about and a lot to break down here. So you know, again, like I said, tell me your thoughts and opinions on this, and also tell me when you guys think we're going to get an official reveal for zombies, because I can't wait for that. Because once we get a reveal for zombies, all these questions just disappear. We know if it's going to be Aether, we know if it's going to be Aether rebooted, we know if it's going to be a campaign storyline, we know if it's entirely new or whatever it may be. We'll finally have answers to all of this, and I just can't wait for that. Just for we could stop this tension of is it Aether or not already. I just want the answer. I don't even care anymore. I just want the answer for which storyline we are going to be following inside Black Ops Cold War. I just want to know. But anyways, guys, like I said, that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this video and you do want to see more Black Ops Cold War zombies content, then definitely do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and all that great stuff. But I'm going to go, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream video or whatever the heck it may be, and laters, guys.